Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards for the 31st of January 2017. Please forgive me, I'm doing this card before I go to bed because I have so much to do tomorrow. I'm not going to have time to do it, so I haven't got my face on, I haven't brushed my hair or anything, but hey, what the hell, I'm going to bed, So the cards today are absolutely fabulous. I'm like, these Bonfire Tarot are just they're blowing me away. I've just sat and studied these cards and I love them. I absolutely love them. And what we've got the card for today is the Page of Cups. Now, within traditional tarot, the Page of Cups is he's someone who believes in fairy tales. He's got his head in the clouds, and there's quite a poetic view on life. There's a creative feel around it. He's a bit like this, when we're a teenager and we have so much going on, and I love the Page of Cups. He's sort of like he's never going to grow up. He's like the Peter Pan, and I think this is why I relate to him so much. And he sees the beauty in simple things. It's like he looks at the world through rose-tinted glasses as well, the Page of Cups, and it can often mean a message, a message about emotions coming through, but, the Page of Cups finds it hard to put the words right, so it could be quite cryptic, but it doesn't mean he doesn't feel, because he feels to the depth of his being, and he's quite like, when you're a child and you're a teenager and you have all of these different emotions, like going through, but it's just, there's a real, it's really making me smile, this card as well. And like I say, when we look at it in this card, it does still have the same meaning, but there's more to it. And this is what's actually blown my mind. Just unbelievable. So this card is talking about like an emotional high, like this is it. It's with your emotions and some unexpected lift being brought into your life in some way. Now this could be a new love or something like that, because it's talking about being like a teenager again as well. And what is coming in with this is that there's a big realization of like your life's purpose, if that makes sense. And if we have a look at this card, we have the page is actually a female in this, and it's like she's looking at what her imagination can create. And this is the thing with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, he thinks big, and he might have these, what other people say are crazy ideas, but he doesn't care, because he lets them out. He's full of enthusiasm. He's really just, he doesn't think about the bad side of life, and this is a wonderful way to be. There's there's a lot of people been talking about what's going on in the world at the moment, and somebody said, can you give me one positive about this? And I went, yes, the amount of people that are getting out on the streets, and the amount of people that are letting their voice be heard, and the amount of people that are standing up for what they believe in, and this is like the Page of Cups. He will stand up for what he believes in, because he fights for what's right, and like I say, he's got this idyllic look at the world. But when you have this, that is what your world will be. If you look at the world as all doom and gloom, then that is the world that you will inhabit. If you look at the world through rose-tinted eyes and find the beauty in every little thing, because there is, this is when your world will be a beautiful place. And this is what the Page of Cups is saying here. And this is about going back to our childhood magic, Now, when we look at this card, it's like she's soul searching as well. And there's a heart round her neck there, and it does look as if it's been broken in some way as well. And I feel there's a lot of water in this, and this shows the Page's emotions. He's an emotional character. It's like the emotions come spilling out, but this is because he feels that deeply. But I do feel that there's excitement, but there's tears, and there's bubbles there, and these bubbles, these are like his dreams, and she's like I say, she's looking at them here, you know, but she looks a little bit fragile. So I really feel within this, it's like she needs, I mean, the page is traditionally male, but within this deck, there's no gender specific with it. And it's like, you know, just needing time with your thoughts as well. And the page is very, very psychic, and the page taps into stuff. So this is all about using your intuition as well. But it's like I say, the page can get easily confused when all of these emotions and everything are going round. So this is what I'm feeling at the moment. You know, there's a lot of confusion. There's the wanting to try and think the best, but then there's this confusion that comes with it. And this is sort of like, I feel like this is suddenly realizing, shit, I'm an adult, you know, but you know, I'm still a child inside, yet I've got to live in this adult world sort of thing. So there's a lot of, you know, a lot of confusion coming in with this. You know, and this is telling you to, you know, to be in nature as well. I really feel nature and being near water. I feel being near water, this is where you are going to find answers. And this is where, you know, I mean, when we're around water, it enriches our soul. But I really feel there's answers around water here. I mean, if we have a look, it's like we've got cliffs there. You know, I don't know what them cliffs are. You know, but we've got the cliffs there. We've got, you know, we've got the fish in the cup here, and this indicates your psychic ability as well. This fish, you know, so there's a lot of mixed up feelings here, and I feel like confusion, which is, like I say, when we're teenagers, this is what happens to us, doesn't it? But this card is saying, allow yourself to dream, you know. Don't cut off your emotions. Don't cut off your dreams. Don't allow life to make you hard or tainted, you know, because this card, when this card comes up, there's so much potential, and all you need to do is just visualize it, you know. If you can dream it, you can do it. And this is what this card is saying. Now, what I found with this card when I looked at it straight away, and you know, many of you who are my age may actually see the same. But this page there, when I'm looking, it looks very much like the Joni Mitchell album cover for Both Sides Now. Now, that is one of my favorite albums of all time. I love it. I love Joni Mitchell. I love her honesty and her rawness, and this is what the Page of Cups has as well, you know. Now, Both Sides Now, when I pulled this card and when I started to see this, I really got quite emotional with it as well. Now, Both Sides Now is such a beautiful song. I'm not going to recite all of the lyrics on it, but please go and listen to it after this video. And the song, when I looked at it, it's all of these idyllic dreams that she had, you know. And like I say, when you're young, you have this way of the world. You believe your dreams can come true. You believe in love. You know, she talks about clouds in it and how beautiful the clouds are. But then she talks about the now and how she stopped believing in love. And, you know, them clouds, they just block the sun out now. And, you know, and it's like I say, it's how adulthood makes us cynical. I think that is what the song's about. It's a very happy, sad song, I feel. And through the song, she says she basically doesn't know what it's all about, you know. And she started out with that much potential and that much enthusiasm, and now it's just she's got tainted with the throes of life, and it just, you know, it sort of left her, like I say, quite cynical. And that is not a good way to be, you know. That we can always still have that childish hope. We always can, you know. Like I say, the Page of Cups believes in fairy tales. He believes that dreams can come true. And this is what this card is saying to you. And I think when you look at the Joni Mitchell song, this Both Sides Now, it's talking about, you know, the world hasn't changed. It's you that's changed, you know. And you don't have to grow hard just because you grow up, you know. That inner child, that child that you once were, is still there. So you are not a different person now. You are still there. You just need to tap into it. And yeah, life has its twists and turns, but hey, that's life. Take the beauty out of every single day. Believe in love. Go after what is in your heart. Let your emotions run free. Let your imagination run free, and believe in your dreams. Because, like I say, we don't grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. And this card is saying, you need to play in your life. Take time with your thoughts, but you still need to have this beautiful childlike quality here as well. It's like, keep believing. This is what I'm getting with this. It's such a beautiful. Don't pop them bubbles. Them bubbles are the dreams. Don't let them pop. That's what's there. So then we have the Osho card, and again, such beautiful cards today. There's a real message, I think, just to be childlike today. This is what I'm getting. Quite a very emotional, very emotional cards. These cards are today with what I'm feeling. And this, we have the Seven of Rainbows, and this is called patience. And it's beautiful. And if we have a look, the woman in there is pregnant. There's all of these lovely colors of the chakras as well. The flowers here are indicating hope, and the swirls are talking about the twists and turns in life. But what this card is saying is that, just you can just wait. That's it. Go inside with your thoughts. Um, and it's saying that, like, be alert, be patient. It's you these dreams can become reality. Even if they're not there yet. They still, if you we have a look, she's pregnant. There's the birth of something. Don't give up. I mean, like I say, when we look at them, they're just pointing me there to her breasts, and this is about nourishment as well. Nourish your soul here. And if we have a look at her, she's sitting there, and her attitude is she's content. And she's not trying to rush things. She knows things are going to happen, and these are good things. And she trusts in what is meant to be as well. There's no anxiety here. And if we have a look, we've got the phases of the moon as well passing over our head, which is just talking about our connection to the universe, but also that she's in tune with the rhythms of the moon here. And she knows that it's a time to be passive at the moment, and she's just letting nature take its course. It's like what will be, will be. And like I say, it's all she is doing here is trusting and surrendering. But there's real nurture, there's a real innocence coming in with this card as well. And I you know what, I feel that this is talking about birth and a child, but I don't feel it is a child as in like a birth. It's like giving birth to your inner child again. This is what I'm getting with this, because I feel this is when you will feel at one, when you allow your inner child to emerge. So, yeah, I mean, we talked about the eclipse, didn't we, yesterday? And this is what's coming through again. Like I say, we're getting into eclipse season. But yeah, this is birth and nourishing your inner child. That's what's coming through with that one. Um, and then the final card, the Colette Baron Reed one. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. If we can see it, it's happy, happy. So this is I mean, the energy that's coming through with these three cards today. I don't know. I'm really, like I say, I'm feeling this a lot. Now, within this card, what it's saying is that it's like she has chosen happiness rather than yearning for it. So I feel like, I say, all of these cards are about happiness, but inner happiness and freedom and playfulness and childlike qualities. Um, and this is saying, it's just be happy for the sake of it. This is what happens when we're children. You know, children are happy for this, just for being happy. You know, they don't need something in order for them to be happy. They get up and they're happy. You know, look at kids, they'll come running down the stairs on a morning and they're not grumpy. They don't need the coffee before they're happy. You know, and this is what this card is saying. Enjoy the feeling of happiness. Enjoy the feeling of joy just for the sake of it. When you do this, this is when you will experience contentment. You know, and this is like when you are at one and when you are sort of going with spirit, like I've saying with this, when you are surrendering and when you are trusting, this is when you know you can be happy. You know, when you are the Page of Cups, when you are believing in fairy tales, believing that your dreams can come true, you know, this is when you are happy because it's giving you something to work towards as well, you know. So this is saying just enjoy life at the moment. Look at areas which make you happy. I mean, we've got the balloons here. And the balloons, when I looked at the balloons, it was your dreams again, you know, and she's holding on to them. And it's like, this is a choice, you know, does she carry on holding on to them or does she just let them float away, you know? And the thing is, this is what happens to us as we get into adulthood. We stop believing, we stop thinking we can have the life that we could have when we were teenagers. If you think when we were teenagers, we had so much potential, and this is like, you know what, I've got this life in front of me, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and then suddenly you turn, you know, and you're middle aged, and you've turned grumpy, and you've turned cynical, and you tell people to turn the music down, and you know, and you complain about the cold, and all of this. When you were a kid, you couldn't wait to be out in the cold. You know, so like I say, it's not life that has changed, it is you. So what these cards are saying, if we have a look, you know, there is a key there. You can unlock this inner child to yourself. You know, you can rebirth and give birth to back and nourishment to this inner child. You know, I know people who are 80-year-old and they're still playful. I was once in a supermarket and there was these two old guys and they were well in their 80s, and one of them had a baseball cap on back to front, and I walked up the aisle and they had a box of toilet rolls, like, you know, when the toilet rolls are all packed together, about 24 toilet rolls, and they were playing football with them in the aisle, and then they both give each other a high five, and that was just, it was amazing. You know, these guys were 80 odd year old, but they were still young. You know, they were 80 odd year young. That's what they were. So these cards, I feel, are saying today, you have a choice. You know, do you want to grow old and stop playing, or do you want to carry on playing with your life? Take the joy out of it. Take this happiness for no other reason than you are experiencing life and you are loving it, and you are just not letting the adult world come and rain on your parade, you know. Because when you are a kid and it's raining, you go outside and you jump in them puddles and you splash and you have fun. So you make the most of what some people say is a deterrent. You know, some people, oh, it's raining, I'm not going outside. When you're a kid, you want to go out and you want to jump in them puddles. So this is what it's saying. You know, we've got the Page of Cups here, we have this rebirth, and you know, yes, you will not, you think when you get to an adult you will understand it all. You won't, but you will just become more cynical and you will have more worry. So forget that worry, you know, go out and live the life that you're meant to live. And this is a life of happiness, a life full of joy, and a life of seeing the simpler side of things, looking at life through rose tinted glasses, you know, because that is when you are going to get the happiness. You know, if you wear the dark doom and gloom glasses that society tells us to wear, that other people tell us, you know, you're grown up now, you should be doing this. If you're going to do that, then like I say, that is the life you are going to live. So you have a choice, you know. Is your life playful, vibrant, funny and light-hearted, or is your life doom and gloom and worry and, you know, miserable? So sorry for them cards today. I think they're beautiful, but like I say, this is this is exactly what I've just been saying. You know, some people might think they're sad, but they're probably only sad if you aren't actually sort of embracing this inner child in yourself. You know, I think they're fabulous. I love them. So yeah, I like them. I like them cards. So I'm not going to apologize for them. I take that back. I'm not sorry. Like I say, the Page of Cups. Go after what's in your heart. You know, make that move. Believe in your dreams. Be poetic. See the world through in the beautiful thing it is. You know, and take risks. That's what children do. They don't worry about tomorrow. You know, um, they're they're too busy experiencing today. So I hope you like them. I absolutely love them. Please let me know. Please keep the comments coming. I'm loving all of the comments, and I will get round to answering them all when I can. But I'm going to go now and listen to Joni Mitchell, I think, when I go to bed. But please listen to that song, Both Sides Now, and I think it pretty much sums up the chords. I don't know whether the artist actually did intend that when she was doing them chords, but that's straight away what came into me, you know. So go on, just enjoy life. It's meant to be enjoyed. If anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch either via my Facebook page in the Book Now button or via my website. The link is below for that. uh, I do Skype, I do phone, I do Facebook Messenger, and I do email readings. So if you want one, then please get in touch for those. And other than that, just have an absolutely fabulous day, you know, and really try and be playful and see how your mood changes. You know, it's like I say, it's just because we get older doesn't mean that we have to stop playing. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow with the cards of today. Sat now.